Let's take a look at this Proteam 1500 XP. I'm sure some are looking at this right now and going, that looks like an Electrolux. Well, it is, from what I've seen, and this might be incorrect, but Electrolux did have an onboard hose design at one point, which was like the Model 4000 and Model 6000, both of which featured an onboard hose, very similar to this. Except there's when you removed the onboard hose, it had electrical connections for the powered hose, so you could just snap it into place and go. Now, talking to a Electrolux or Eris rather repair shop, it's like he said that he hated the 4000 and 6000 because they were known to clog. And that is kind of a complaint I've heard of these types of designs, because the air path narrows on them. Because we still have the regular, what is that, inch and a half or so, maybe a little bit bigger than that, hose at the bottom of it. But right around this area, it's going to narrow down to an 1.25 inch connection for the wand here. So, I mean, you know, that could definitely be a clog point for it. So I have measured a Proteam 1500 upright before, and that one seems to have lower specs than this. Now, when I bought this, I had to open it up to find out why the suction motor wasn't running, and it turns out one of the pairs of wires just got unplugged from the motor. So the brush roll motor would run, but not the suction motor. So I know for sure that this has a Domel motor in it, and maybe the other one didn't use the same model motor, because I'm seeing a fairly big difference in like the suction power, especially. Just looking at the testing I had done on the other one, we were getting about 66 inches of lift from the wand, and this one I've gotten about 78. So I've actually picked this machine up to be my daily driver. I figured it has a lot of good features to it. It's not the most powerful machine out there, but it's going to be a decent cleaner. And you know, having a dual motor system, it very easily moves onto hard floors. It's effective on hard floors. You know, it's got HEPA filters. It's not overly noisy. The cost of replacement parts like the bags, the brush roll, the belts, they're inexpensive and readily available. You know, so I figured, you know, this would be a really good machine for that purpose. You know, and having the onboard tools is a nice convenience. But I think we should get on with the testing. So I've got this lean back so the brush roll will turn on. So we seem to be running maybe a little bit low for voltage. Let's do that. So we'll turn on the single motor. That was weird. Now we'll turn on both motors. Right around that 10 amp mark. So let's take the airflow measurement at the bag chamber here. I should mention we are using a Vacuum America Clean HEPA U bag in here. And as for the filters, I have not replaced them, but they are in pretty good condition. I think this machine must have crapped out on someone when that connection came loose. And I want to say it was probably only used for a little. So I'm like, I'm not going to put the money in for new HEPA filters yet. I think they're okay. take the flow measurements at the end of the hose. Made sure to set that max setting on this time. I lost track of where I was there. I noticed I wasn't recording, and it's like I had to go back and check to see where I left off, and last test I did was the airflow at the end of the wand, so let's now take the suction measurement. Alright, now we'll take a flow measurement with the brush roll off. Okay. Now let's take the suction test. Yeah, it's not bad. Now we'll turn the... It was just the plug. It was just acting up, so we turned the brush roll on. Alright, so we did go down a little bit, but that's kind of to be expected. Oh? And now we'll redo the suction. That doesn't seem to have changed. Better move it. Come on, move. Move. So yeah, it's no powerhouse, but I wasn't looking for a machine that was. I was looking for a machine that had a lot of convenience features and a low cost of operation. And, well, without going into too much detail, because I mean, I was definitely looking for something that could be used on bare floors without much adjustment, blah, blah, blah. But, I mean, I think this is a good machine that fits the bill, and, I mean, it's an overall pretty good machine. So, I'm thinking that this is going to be my daily driver once I finally do find a home of my own. You know, no more renting. And, I figure once you own a home, you want to take better care of things than you do when you're renting. So, having something that's easy to use is a plus because I figure you'll use it more often.